Who will be the Golden Knights of the 2018-19 season? Yeah, expectations are cool and all, but subverted expectations are 9 times out of 10 a lot more exciting. The NBA has annually featured LeBron vs Golden State for what seems like a millennium, but the NHL has had a similar problem with seasons feeling like carbon copies of a previous season, albeit to a lesser extent to the recent NBA. It always seems like Chicago, Pittsburgh, LA, or Boston are in the finals or winning the cup or just in the mix overall for the past 10 years. But the most recent NHL season brought out something different. The typical storylines were shattered as Vegas joined the league. Of course, no one expected them to do jack shit, and they were pinned to be in the bottom 5 of the league and challenging for the first overall pick in the draft. Did that happen though? Nope. Nope. But with how unpredictable last season was in the NHL, I decided it would be a phenomenal idea to try and predict the unpredictable. This should go well. So who will be the Vegas Golden Knights of the 2018-19 NHL season? And I don't mean that literally, but who will be the team cast aside before the season in the minds of fans only to prove almost everybody wrong and make a deep playoff run? Obviously, we won't have a new expansion team this year as Seattle won't join the league until the 2019-2020 season if things go well, so let's look inward at the teams cast aside currently in the league. Quickly, let's go ahead and cross some names off the list. The 4 teams who made it to the conference finals last year are still fresh in everyone's mind. Tampa is still strong. Winnipeg's actually a favorite to come out of the West this year. Vegas, well, they're Vegas, so no. And Washington has shed their burdensome history and will be circled on every team's schedule. Now for other favorites going into the season, Toronto got the biggest fish this summer with John Tavares, coupled with, of course, having Austin fucking Matthews. Boston has an exciting young group with an experienced core to boot. Pittsburgh, well, it's Pittsburgh. Winning back-to-back cups doesn't really slip people's minds easily. Now I'm down to one primary team in my head. The others that weren't mentioned either won't achieve shit this season in my opinion, or I just simply didn't feel like mentioning them. Looking at you, Ottawa. Now who do I think is the one team that has the potential to really just shock the world? It's Arizona. The Desert Dogs who don't do jack shit usually. So last year, of course, they had a terrible start with only 2 wins in their first 20 games. A solid performance, one would say. But actually, after the All-Star break and for the entire second half of the season, basically, Antti Raanta was actually statistically the best goalie in the league, which is kind of crazy to think about. And again, they're going to need a really big season from Antti Raanta this year if they're going to do anything for challenging for a playoff spot or even going for a run in the playoffs. Now they do have a new coach and hopefully they'll have a healthy duo of goalies for the season. And they added Alex Galchenyuk in the offseason, and now that he's out of the Bergevin-led shithole in Montreal, he could maybe find his game, especially in the low media pressure of Arizona. Now I'm very willing to admit that predicting them to even make the playoffs and make a run is kind of crazy, and you might want to put me into a mental ward, but honestly, if I were to make this prediction about Vegas last year, a lot of people probably would have thought the same thing. And so ultimately, it comes down to how the season goes. The NHL season is a grueling 82-game season that spans almost half the year. For anyone to say that it's absolutely impossible for Arizona to even make the playoffs or make a deep run, I think you're just grossly misunderstanding how crazy the NHL can be. But if I had a gun to my head and I had to bet, no, I would not bet Arizona is going to win the cup, obviously. There are 30 other teams in the league. But I will say that of the teams that are just cast aside in people's mind, I really do think Arizona could shock a lot of people this season. And also, just to broaden my chances of being right about something, I'll throw in Florida and Colorado as potential teams to make a deep playoff run just because reasons. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Obviously this is just my opinion, so I'd love to hear what you guys have to say on who you think the most unpredictable team will be, or what team do you think will make the biggest jump in the standings or even make a deep playoff run that nobody is expecting. I'd love to hear what you guys are saying in the comments down below. My name is Ben Johnny. You can find my YouTube channel where I cover Call of Duty Zombies down below. Also, if you think I'm just a complete moron for talking about Arizona at all in a serious way, my Twitter will be linked down in the description where you can go over there and bully me. Be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and turn on those post notifications so you know when stuff's going on. And also be sure to follow the SRS Twitter account, which will also be linked in the description below. But other than that, have a great rest of your day, boys.
I call the shots, I run the balls, I'm Michael Jordan. Hit it with a little bit of push and a little bit of pull when a goddamn mic recording. I bring the heat, I rep the east, I like the south, so I don't even know what to do with the gold that I get, bitch. I'm Michael Phelps. I'm like LeBron, I get the gold, I'm Sherry Khan, yo, carry bronze. I'm Randy Moss, I'm Mary Khan, my game on Royce, I'm very